evening and happy Mardi Gras. I'm Bobby Jindal, Governor of Louisiana. Tonight, we witnessed a great moment in the history of our republic.
Why, certainly.
The fact that he is historic is irrelevant to me now. It matters not at all.
Like the president's father, my own parents came to this country from a distant land. When they arrived in Baton Rouge, my mother was already 4.5 months pregnant. I was what folks in the insurance industry now call a pre-existing condition. To find work, my dad picked up the Yellow Pages and started calling local businesses. Even after landing a job, he still couldn't afford to pay for my delivery. So he worked out an installment plan with the doctor. Fortunately for me, he never missed a payment. As I grew up, my mom and dad taught me the values that attracted them to this country. And they instilled in me an immigrant's wonder at the greatness of America. As a child, I remember going to the grocery store with my dad. Growing up in India, he had seen extreme poverty. As we walked through the aisles, looking at the endless variety on the shelves, he would tell me, "Bobby, Americans can do anything." I still believe that to this day. Americans can do anything. When we pull together, there's no challenge we can't
There's
overcome.
no need to fear. Underdog is here.
As the president made clear this evening, we're now in a time of challenge. Many of you listening tonight have lost jobs. Others have seen your college and your retirement savings dwindle. Many of you are worried about losing your health care and your home.
Oh, right, guy.
You're looking to your elected leaders in Washington for solutions.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Republicans are ready to work with a new president to provide these solutions. Here in my state of Louisiana, we don't care what party you belong to if you have good ideas to make life better for our people. We need more of that attitude from both Democrats and Republicans in our nation's capital. All of us want our economy to recover and our nation to prosper.
Why, certainly.
Why would I want him to succeed?
So where we agree, Republicans must be the president's strongest partners. And where we disagree,
You're despicable.
Republicans have a responsibility to be candid and offer better ideas for a path forward. Today in Washington, some are promising that government will rescue us from the economic storms raging all around us. Those of us who lived through Hurricane Katrina, we have our back. Let me tell you a story. During Katrina, I visited Sheriff Harry Lee, a Democrat and a good friend of mine. When I walked into his makeshift office, I had never seen him so angry. He was literally yelling into the phone, "Well, I'm the sheriff, and if you don't like it, you can come and arrest me." I asked him, "Sheriff, what's got you so mad?" He told me that he put out a call for volunteers to come with their boats to rescue people who were trapped on their rooftops by the floodwaters. The boats were all lined up and ready to go. And then some bureaucrat showed up and told them they couldn't go out in the water unless they had proof of insurance and registration. And I told him, "Sheriff, that's ridiculous." Before I knew it, he was yelling on the phone, "Congressman Jindal is here, and he says you can come and arrest him too." Harry just told those boaters, ignore the bureaucrats and go start rescuing people. There's a lesson in this experience.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
The strength of America is not found in our government. The compassionate hearts and the enterprising spirit of our citizens. We're grateful for the support we've received from across the nation for our ongoing recovery efforts. This spirit got Louisiana through the hurricanes. this spirit will get our nation through the storms we face today. To solve our current problems, Washington must lead.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
But the way to lead is not to raise taxes, not to just put more money and power in the hands of Washington politicians.
I'll have the orphans' home torn down, and I'll get rid of the police department.
The way to lead is by empowering you. American people. Because we believe that Americans can do anything. That's why Republicans put forward plans to create jobs by lowering income tax rates for working people. Cutting taxes for small businesses. Strengthening incentives for businesses to invest in new equipment and to hire new workers. And stabilizing home values by creating a new tax credit for home buyers.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
These plans would cost less and create more jobs. But Democratic leaders in Congress, they rejected this approach.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Instead of trusting us to make decisions with our own money, they passed the largest government spending bill in history. The price tag of more than $1 trillion with interest. While some of the projects in the bill make sense, their legislation is larded with wasteful spending. It includes $300 million to buy new cars for the government. $8 billion for high-speed rail projects such as a magnetic levitation line from Las Vegas to Disney. And $140 million for something called volcano monitoring. Instead of monitoring volcanoes, what Congress should be monitoring is the eruption of spending in Washington, D.C.
I'll have the orphans' home torn down, and I'll get rid of the police department.
Democratic leaders say their legislation will grow the economy. What it will do is grow the government. Increase our taxes down the line, and saddle future generations with debt. Amongst us would ask our children for a loan, so we could spend money we do not have on things we do not That is precisely what the Democrats in Congress just did. It's irresponsible.
I'll have the orphans' home torn down, and I'll get rid of the police department.
And it's no way to strengthen our economy. Create jobs or build a prosperous future for our children. In Louisiana, we took a different approach. Since I became governor, we cut more than 250 earmarks from their state budget. To create jobs for our citizens, we cut taxes 6 times, including the largest income tax cut in the history of our state.
I'll have the orphans' home torn down, and I'll get rid of the police department.